May 2021 saw the launch of the inaugural State of the Potato Industry Address. The address was delivered by keynote speakers Dr Brylyne Chitsunge of the Pan-African Parliament, Economist Thabi Nkosi, and our CEO, Mr. Willie Jacobs. The event was attended by various media, dignitaries, and esteemed guests.
I'm a smallholder farmer. Mr. Jones trained me, and Mr. Jones can vouch for me that I can be very productive, I can do this, I can do that. Institutions are happy to speak to people that have attained the knowledge and where they know that they can do something. Right now, no collateral, no insurance that can be taken by a smallholder farmer is very expensive. I've taken insurance to insure my livestock. My goats are insured. I own goats that weigh about 110, 115 kgs. My goats are worth more money than cows. I just got to deal with them. I give you rent-free accommodation. I give you water to drink. You get all the grass that you want, only on one condition, my animals. So I have meetings with them. You produce. If you don't produce, into the pot, to the market, I will not hesitate. What is needed right now is just two things: organization and management. If you can organize ourselves on platforms like the SOPIA, the Potato South Africa, and then have more of them like this, and then manage them and ensure that they're sustainable, would be wonderful. So what we need to do is form linkages with the big farmer and the smallholder farmer and the government together.
Changes that have been creeping on for the last 10 years suddenly seem to come with a storm. So where we saw digital fresh produce markets and direct channels to consumers being like a niche thing, we saw it go mainstream during the pandemic. We saw a few ag tech companies start to disrupt this space, not in a small way, but in a big way. And they're showing that they can disrupt this. So if you're looking at sales and distributions, I know that we traditionally look at the national fresh produce market, but we need to understand that there is serious room for disruption then. What does that mean for your business? Today we had the inaugural State of the Potato Industry Address. I spoke about the agricultural economy and about the expectations going forward. So we basically spoke about how we had been in a tunnel where things were quite dark and uncertain, and we were looking at what we can expect on the other side, looking at what has changed while we were in the tunnel, how the world has changed, how the rules of engagement have changed, and then also trying to answer some questions around how potato producers can adapt to the changing world. We also discussed what we can expect in terms of the policy landscape going into the next few months to a year. We spoke about the fact that we are coming closer to an election cycle. So issues such as transformation, such as land reform, are going to be in the media a lot more often. So we really...
The first thing is I'm quite satisfied with what I've seen today. The number of people that arrived, the interactions that we had, the excitement that has been created, I think it was fit for purpose. My most important drive and target that we needed to reach was to create a sense of community, not only between potato producers and consumers, but between farmers and the general public. Now is not the time to be faint-hearted or to lose faith. Our arms are stretched wide open. Make no mistake, the potato industry as a whole took a knock, but all is definitely not lost. Here we are, ready to listen, learn, engage, network and inspire hope. We are here for you in person and virtually. If ever there was a time to press on like never before towards the attainment of Potato South Africa's strategic mission, together towards excellence in the potato industry, it is now. We, by our presence here today at this inaugural State of the Potato Industry Address, do declare that the time to operate in silos is no more. We simply cannot do it on our own and need all of us to rise to the occasion.
Right now, things have to change from what they were before. Policy has to change as well. It's no longer the same what we had before, and ensure that people understand what policy means. Let them be part of policy formulation. So I think it's very important to address issues like this.
So we really need to evaluate as farmers what it is that we take in and what it is that we assess as a risk so that we don't unnecessarily hamper investment in our businesses.
If we can get one message through is for the household to understand that agriculture products doesn't come from the closest shop. It comes from the hearts and minds of people that are working 24/7, that are keeping animals and vegetables and fruit and potatoes alive for us to be able to be fed over time.